Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Survivors to Thrivers podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a couple of the reasons that might be keeping you from learning about situational awareness, something that can help in every part of your life. So if you want to see what those three things are, and if they might be keeping you from using this incredible tool to make your life better, stay tuned. If you're a survivor of violence and are ready to get control of your life again, you're in the right place at the right time. This is the Survivors to Thrivers podcast with your host, Cranford Blackman. Hey everybody, Cranford here. Welcome back to another episode of the LabCAF Survivors to Thrivers podcast. And today I want to talk about three things that might be keeping you from actually learning about situational awareness, which is just something that can be used in so many parts of your life. I know a lot of times we're talking about how to avoid criminal situations or dangerous stuff, but really, situational awareness can be used in so many ways. So let's get going. Number one, the first reason you might be avoiding it is because you don't want to feel paranoid. It's something that I've heard way too many times. You know, if I'm being situationally aware all the time, I mean, that stuff is about avoiding terrorism and stuff, right? If I'm being situationally aware all the time, won't I just be paranoid about everything? And I get that. I understand it. You know, there's so many of us that try to learn about being positive, especially those of us who are survivors of violence. And we try to avoid thinking about the terrible things because we want good things in our life. And that's great. That's important. I agree with that. I do that as well. But it really is a misconception that if you're more situationally aware, that you'll be paranoid all the time. Because awareness really is more about just knowing what's going on around you, what there is you can use, what can benefit you as well as protect you, you know, and what things can help you. So I don't want you to get in your head that if you're situationally aware all the time, that you're going to be paranoid. It's not about becoming paranoid. It's about becoming more prepared and more empowered to handle whatever comes into your life, whether it's good or bad. Okay, number two, some of the things that, you know, I've heard and it just amazes me is that, well, I don't need that right now. Well, of course not. Not right now. We're chatting. You're probably in a safe place. You better not be watching this while you're driving, okay? But here's the challenge with that. Situational awareness is something that you need to learn before you need it. It's sort of like my wife, Penny. She is an insurance sales professional, handling mostly life insurance stuff. And one of the challenges she comes across is people that want life insurance, you know, and that's really about taking care of the people who are left after they've passed away, right? But one of the things they want to do is wait until they're a little bit closer to that time in their life where they might need it. Well, here's the problem. The time to really get life insurance is when you are healthy and well, and the younger the better, because that means the cheaper your rates are. The terrible thing that happens, and she's told me about things like this, that people are interested and then they want to put it off for a little bit. A month later they come back, they've seen their doctor, and they have a heart problem. So now life insurance is important to them. But because they now have a heart problem, the insurance companies are going to charge them so much more for life insurance that just 2 weeks ago would have been far cheaper. So situational awareness is sort of like that. You want to learn it now, because when a bad situation happens and you don't have the situational awareness skills, now you're in trouble. You don't want to be thinking, if I only had something that could help me out of this. Whereas if you already understood situational awareness, you would know that there are always things that can help you out of a situation. So it's not something you want to put off. you learn it now. The best time to learn situational awareness is 10 years ago. The second best time, right now. So don't put it off. I want you to learn about it so you and your family can be safer. Okay, number 3. The third reason you might be putting off learning about situational awareness is because you just don't realize how much you're missing by not knowing about it. You see, situational awareness is sort of like reading in this way. If you don't know how to read, you don't know all the incredible things you're missing by not being able to read. You don't know what the book titles are. You don't know what the headlines in the newspaper are. You can't look up on your internet browser and see what great reports there are, what terrific plays there are to read. And situational awareness is the same, because if you don't know how to be aware, if you don't know what to be aware of, what to look for, then you have no idea of all the incredible things you're missing, whether it's good or bad. You don't want to miss the bad guy trying to see if you're setting your purse down so he can take it. You also don't want to miss the opportunity for a great job that you were looking for, and there it was, but you weren't aware of what was going on around you and you missed the opportunity. Maybe you didn't hear about the boss saying, man, I would just love for somebody to do this for me, but I don't know who would be interested. And maybe that person was you, had you been aware of what was going on. So, like reading, if you don't know how to read, you don't know what you're missing. If you're not situationally aware, you don't know what there is to be aware of. And you really do need to just kind of go out like on a step of faith to say, I guess I do need this. I should learn it. And then after you learn it, a whole new world opens up to you so that you can see all the many things that are available for you to help you to be safe, to help you to be more prosperous, to help you in every part of your life. So there we have it. 3 very simple things that could be keeping you from learning a great skill that can help your life. Number 1, you don't want to be paranoid. Situational awareness isn't about being paranoid. It's about making you feel empowered and in control of your life. Number 2, you don't want to waste time with it right now because there's other important stuff going on. You'll learn about it when you need to. But when you need to learn about it, when you need to know it, that's the wrong time. The time for learning has passed. So learn it now so that it can help you when those other things do come up where you need to be more aware of what's going on. And the third reason was that you just don't know what you're missing right now without it. You need to step out and learn situational awareness now, and it will help you to see the things that you've been missing before and all the things that can now help you. So it really is kind of a spiral. The more you learn about it, the more you realize how much it can help you. Now, did something I talked about today connect with you? Did it click for you? Something that will make you decide, I do need to learn about this. I do need to be more aware. And I don't need to be afraid to learn about it. I hope there was something like that. And if there was, I want you to share it with me. So put it in the comments. I would love to hear your story. After you do that, I would really love it if you would go ahead and share this video, send it to them in an email or however you connect with people so that they now have an understanding of maybe what's keeping them from learning the skills of situational awareness, especially if that someone you're sharing it with is a survivor of violence. Because those of us who are survivors, we need every tool we can to make sure that we're living the best we can, that we're not being afraid, that we're living a life of courage. After you do that, I would really like it if you'd go over to the website, labcaf.com, and take a look around and get on my email subscribers list. There's not a whole lot of stuff I'm going to send you, just new content, but that email list is also where I'm going to send specials about our courses coming up and anything else we might do. And those specials will only be going out to my email subscribers. So be sure to get on that list, okay? And even more so with the new program that I'll be putting out a little bit later this year. You'll really want to be connected with that. So until next time, As we keep moving from survivors to thrivers, this is Cranford Blackman reminding you to stay safe and stay strong. See you next time.
To make sure you never miss an episode of Survivors to Thrivers podcast, subscribe at labcaf.com.
Number 2. The third reason you might be and the third reason, share this with and learn the control of